Hey everyone, welcome back to my garden, and it's our 1 week update for our Grow With Me section, and I just wanted to show you how things are looking and how the progress is going. So let's start over here on the right side. Basically these lettuce heads are looking quite nice. They're getting nice and big and putting on a lot of new leaf growth. However, they've actually begun to bolt. I think it got a little bit too hot under these T5 lights. As you recall from last week, I had them a little bit higher up, and I dropped it down here to the lower level, basically on the floor. And it's been about 12 inches underneath the lights. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it before it started bolting. And as you see, it's basically starting to shoot upwards. And this is the point when the lettuce starts to go into flowering stage, and it's going to start producing basically bitter leaves, and the flowers will start to form, and this thing will get nice and big and tall. I've actually never grown lettuce from seed until flowering stage. I normally get it till it's maybe about this big here, and I usually harvest everything. But I may actually keep these and let them go into flower, and we could record that process so we know how to grow lettuce from seed until flowering. And I'll show you how to harvest the flowers once they dry up. And all three of them are looking quite nice, and the ones in the back are also looking good. These leaves are really huge. Look at the size of this, basically the size of my hand. So it's looking quite nice, I think. However, I wish it didn't start bolting. And to prevent that, quickly, let's just mention, you want to basically keep the temperatures down. Lettuce does not like too high temperatures. Like, it doesn't want the heat to be too much on it. It's a pretty shady plant, and it likes partial sun. In the beginning, when it's first growing for the first few weeks, it's okay to give it full sun or full lights indoors. But once it gets a little bit older, you want to drop the light system down and keep the temperatures basically below 75. And it should do quite alright. For me, probably hit, I think, over 80, and it started bolting, unfortunately. And the kale is doing really well. All these new leaves are in the middle, starting to put on. Like, both of these leaves are new from last week, and all these older leaves are getting nice and big. And as you see, there's a little bit of a color difference from the young leaves here compared to the older ones here. And the leaf structure is nice and curly on the sides, similar to what kale would look like, basically, what you would expect it to look like. And I just wanted to quickly show you to be careful. Basically, let's take off this paper. And I picked up the jar, and I seen there was absolutely no solution here in the bottom. So before refilling it, I wanted to show you what it looks like. And so you could see when the plant starts to basically start looking, the leaves are falling downwards, and it's looking kind of sad. Check the jars. It's probably running low on solution or ran out. So I'm going to come in and refill it basically up until 400 milliliters. Actually, maybe 450. I'm going to see depending on how high it actually is. Yeah, I'm going to keep it around 400. This way we have all those roots above 400 will continue to be oxygen roots, and the plant will have everything below will absorb it. So let's actually come in and pick this up. I want to show you what it looks like. Look at how beautiful this root system looks like. Nice and white and compact. It's really tight, and it has a lot of new roots that are growing. And because this thing ran out of the solution, it's actually shooting out even more roots, trying to find more water. So I'm gonna quickly refill this at the end of this video. So let's just cover that up to not allow any light to penetrate through, and it'll prevent the algae from developing. At least you want to mitigate that as much as possible. And all three of them are looking quite nice. Even the one that we started to wait, this really small one, is actually catching up and getting nice and big. And the Arugula is doing, I think, amazing. Look at how nice and compact and tight these leaves are. And it's looking nice and beautiful. Has a lot of new side growth in the center, I mean. And look at that. Nice new leaves. All these older ones are getting nice and big. It's looking nice and happy and healthy. And all three of them are looking quite nice. The only thing I have to say is it's a little bit bitter, so I might actually purchase some new arugula seeds and try to see if there's a difference in taste. This one's pretty bitter, but when you eat like a nice little salad, you can mix in a couple leaves, it's not so bad. But if you eat this leaf by itself, like I tried the other day, oh boy, that's pretty bitter. And let's see if you have the same results. And if anybody is actually growing with me currently, let me know down below how your progress is going, and if you have any questions or you need any advice, I'll try to do my best to give you some answers as best as I can. And let's come over here to the Swiss Chard. I think it's looking quite nice. The only negative thing I have to say about this is, as you see, they're falling over. I think the root system is not as developed as these other plants. So basically, let's come in, just lift this up. Yeah, you could see the roots right there on the bottom. And as you see, there's not too many of them. So it's a little bit hard to hold this plant up. And every time I come in here in the morning, it's usually standing up, but by the time I come in the afternoon, it usually falls back down. And I think it's a little bit too heavy, so what I might do is probably stick a little toothpick right in the center here, all the way down, to try to prop it up and give it a little more support. And hopefully bring it a little bit closer to the lights. But I think it's doing well. As you see, the leaves are getting nice and big, and it's looking nice and green and healthy, other than the fact that it's laying down. But I'm alright with that. And let's zoom a little bit back so we could see what it looks like from the back here. I think this is a beautiful looking indoor garden, and the best part about it is we grew these ourselves from seed. And if you have any questions, please post them down below, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video. Thanks for watching.